State education officials have released this year's school grades based on the latest Florida Standards Assessment. Joining to go in depth on this is Tina Calderon. You are the chairman of the Seminole County School District. Thanks so much for joining us. Okay, let's start out with a little bit of a disappointment and help me understand, because when we talk about school grades, it's always kind of a hot topic. And no A-rated schools. Is that correct? If so, why? And if not, why?
We do have A-rated schools around the state of Florida, but this year we only have 3 school districts that are rated A. Seminole County Public Schools will talk with the Department of Education because we have so many schools that are incomplete that we feel that perhaps we might still get an A rating. But regardless of that rating, we still believe we have A+ schools all over the county and A+ teachers and students.
So you're saying that this is really no cause for alarm for parents or for teachers, because so much is based on that grade, the grade.
Correct. And that's why we released a press release last week before the grades even came out to try to alert our citizens that the grading system this year is like no other. There are more algorithms that the public doesn't understand. For example, if you moved here from New York, you would think you only want an A-rated school.
Right.
When I ask a parent, what does that mean to you? I don't know, but I don't want to be. So that's disingenuous to our public. We need to explain that there's many factors that go into that A rating.
Okay, and we're talking about how Governor Scott is pushing for economic development. And of course, if you want economic development, what do you need?
We need quality education, quality life, and quality jobs. And we feel we are providing that quality education. It helps lure businesses to come because they want their employees' children to have a quality education, and they also want to make sure that they have a workforce that's quality that they can hire in the future.
Well, Florida has increased education standards and has that new assessment measure for these new standards. In addition, is this now a new, more difficult grading system, or?
It's different. Last year was the first year that we administered the Florida Standards Assessment, also known as FSA. So really this year is our first year for baseline because we're looking at growth in each of the students. So you can't measure growth until you administer 2 years of the same test. Our opportunity with that is we feel the FSA is not transparent in that the questions and answers are not shared with the teachers and the families, so we don't know where remediation or acceleration really needs to occur.
So what needs to be done?
Well, we suggested the Sunshine Solution, which is to administer nationally normed tests so parents can understand where their children rank along the lines in the nation, not just in the state of Florida. Not only that, it's the fiscally conservative thing to do, and tests such as the SAT or Iowa, that'll help you get into college. The parents don't have to pay for that SAT administration any longer if the school districts are owning that. Also, with the grading system, A, B, C, puts a lot of stress on the teachers as well, because they're pushing those kids to learn, and learning should be fun. It was like with the, with the FCAT. I mean, there's so much emphasis put on it. The students, they forget about how to learn so that they can have useful subjects. Well, and we try the best that we can. We have phenomenal teachers that each and every day they teach to the standards, not to the test. And you'll even see in Seminole County, we mandate recess for 20 minutes every single day in all of our elementary schools because we want our children to have the opportunity to be children. But we also want our parents to have the facts so they can make informed decisions on where to place their child for a quality education.
And lastly, the late Robin Williams said, we have to teach children the way they learn. Not every single child learns the same way.
Correct. That's why we believe passionately on individualized instruction. And if we did have an assessment that we got the results back in a timely manner, and we were also a transparent assessment, we would only have to reteach those standards with which the child did not understand, rather than having to reteach the entire subject. And for districts such as Seminole, we have so many accelerated students, it actually hurt us in the grading system this year, because so many of our students actually take, for example, Algebra 1 in middle school rather than in high school, so that actually counted against our high school grades.
Even though they did it before they had to.
Correct.
It's all very confusing sometimes.
It is, and that's why we appreciate having the opportunity to explain it to our parents.
All right, Tina Calderon, as always, thanks so much.
Thank you, Jackie.